Friday night once again brought WWE fans an action-packed episode of SmackDown, broadcast live on September 12, 2025. Expectations were high as the blue brand continues to build momentum on the road to the next premium live event. The evening was filled with surprises, shocking twists, brilliant wrestling, and of course, a few questionable choices that left fans debating on social media. In this deep dive, let's break down 3 things we absolutely loved about this week's SmackDown and 3 things that just didn't work. 3 things we loved. 1. The opening segment set the tone perfectly. SmackDown opened with a fiery confrontation involving top stars, and right from the very first minute, the atmosphere felt electric. The crowd was invested, chants echoed across the arena, and WWE managed to capture that must-see vibe that every episode should start with. Instead of a generic promo, the opening featured layered storytelling. Rivalries were furthered, alliances were teased, and future matches were hinted at. This kind of pacing reminds fans of why SmackDown often feels more streamlined compared to Raw. It wasn't just about hyping the main event, it was about setting the emotional tone for the whole night. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, even called it the best SmackDown opening in months, praising the balance of intensity and intrigue. 2. A show-stealing match in the middle of the card. Every good wrestling show needs that one match which blows the roof off, and SmackDown delivered exactly that. Halfway through the show, 2 fan-favorite superstars went head-to-head in a bout that mixed high-flying moves, technical sequences, and near falls that had everyone on the edge of their seats. What stood out most wasn't just the athleticism but the storytelling within the match. Each move seemed to mean something. Each counter felt like it told a chapter in their ongoing rivalry. The commentary team also did a solid job highlighting the personal stakes, which made the contest feel more than just an exhibition. The crowd's standing ovation post-match proved that this was the highlight of the wrestling side of the night. 3. Backstage storyline progressions. One thing WWE has been criticized for in the past is neglecting backstage storytelling in favor of repetitive in-ring promos. But this week, SmackDown struck a better balance. Several short backstage segments were sprinkled throughout the night, offering character development and teasing long-term arcs. Whether it was a sneaky heel plotting their next move, a babyface rallying the locker room, or a surprise cameo by a returning star, these segments felt meaningful. Instead of filler, they built anticipation for what's coming in the next few weeks. This is exactly how WWE should be using backstage time, not as wasted minutes but as seeds planted for bigger storylines down the road. 3 things we hated. 1. A disappointing main event finish. Unfortunately, the night's main event didn't quite live up to the hype. While the build-up had fans excited, the execution left many scratching their heads. The match started off hot, but pacing issues and an abrupt ending with outside interference made it fall flat. Fans don't necessarily mind controversial finishes. In fact, when done right, they can generate incredible heat and set up future payoffs. But this one felt lazy. Instead of enhancing the feud, it weakened it by making the competitors look less credible. The live crowd's lukewarm reaction to the finish said it all. A strong show should close with either satisfaction or cliffhanger excitement, not collective confusion. 2. Underutilization of rising stars. SmackDown has a talented roster filled with superstars who are ready to break out. Unfortunately, this week, several of them were either missing in action or stuck in meaningless segments. For instance, one rising talent appeared in a quick backstage interview but had no in-ring involvement. Another was booked in a squash match that did nothing to showcase their abilities. This is frustrating because these stars have huge potential, yet their momentum keeps getting stalled. Fans have noticed this pattern and voiced their frustration online. If WWE wants to keep SmackDown fresh, they need to strike a better balance between veterans and up-and-coming wrestlers. 3. Pacing issues throughout the show. While the opening and middle portions of the show were fantastic, the overall pacing still suffered. Certain matches dragged longer than they should have, while some segments felt rushed and underdeveloped. One example was a promo that seemed cut short, likely due to time management issues. Another example was the women's division match, which only lasted a few minutes, far too short to showcase the incredible talent involved. Fans often complain about pacing because it impacts investment. A 2-hour show should feel tightly packed, with every segment serving a purpose. Instead, this SmackDown occasionally felt uneven, which took away from its momentum.